Yep.
I think I'll just jump in because
Did we get a long rest since the last session?
yes, because we wrapped
Yeah.
the session like
Okay.
you're all leaving in the evening.
Because I'm still at exhausted 3.
So.
So
No. Nice. I'm going to check the finish the name tags here, fix those, and then I will get us started.
If I see a reply from Namek in Discord, I'll let you know, Dan.
Okay, thank you. Right, so feel so excited that you're back, Deontay. Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
So psyched.
Yeah, I got stranded in Florida for like 3 weeks.
Jesus.
Yeah, because there's a storm in the bay that's like really bad. It's like spotty now, but
Okay.
for like 3 weeks I couldn't go back home.
Man.
gosh.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, we're all good now.
Good.
Woo.
Back home. I'll put Sinister over here. Okay, oops. I keep changing button locations around on me. There we go. Right. Yes. So, hello, chat as well. Hi, Cookie. Hi, Bear. Thank you for the resub. 28 months. Yikes. That's more than 2 years. That's exciting.
What a champion.
Bear. Yeah. I gotta come up with some new icons too for the different, like, how long you've been a follower or whatever. Or subscriber. I forget if it's subscriber based or just follower. Anyway. Right, so while we wait for Chris and such, can I find that? I don't know if I kept that poetic sort of farewell as you were all on the ship there. um, Yeah, I'll read this through again just to help set the tone a little more because there obviously was intense, right? Invasion, the betrayal that it was actually that Commander Woodleaf there was in disguise as the pirates, and then it was actually the UAF. There, the battle was crazy. Drakkus and this Dracolich, like intense to chase down the hallway, was so intense. To leave with the hallway crumbling around behind you all. You managed to get everyone on your ship there when you needed them. And somehow, like, the rolls were so stupid with Ashavar with those 2 rolls that she communicated it all the first time with this just woken from its slumber Dracolich. And then she had like a 30, is a 29 or 30 the second time she rolled. I was like, okay, yeah, no, it's not. It's gonna go. It'll let go of your ship. But a lot of intense stuff. Atmos Isles intact, but that testing ward, whatever all this stuff was down there, just broken all apart and. So I'll just kind of go through this little. I have it labeled as they fly away thing I did last session since it's been a while. Hopefully, set the tone for the following morning when we'll actually pick up for the session. So this is back as you're, surprise, as you're flying away. The Dracolich and the, looking back on Atmos as you're fleeing its, airspace currently. The Dracolich is snapping one ship after another out of the air. All the pirate ships that were buzzing around and other ships. As you arch around to leave Atmos Isles airspace, you see the religious ward, which sits near the top of the island, and there upon its surface, you watch as the arms of the wanderers plead. The pirate ships race away in all different directions as the creature off, disappearing into. And so, quiet falls over at the city, but a cost has been levied, gutted from the very heart of the city. lives, resources, property, and loved ones lost. The notion of safety gone for the foreseeable future for all the residents left behind. Still, those left behind are evidence of what the city can be. They'll take time to mourn, to rebuild, to heal. And perhaps one day they'll even learn of the small crew of sky pirates that made that possible. For now, that crew travels through the sky to their next destination, counting their own losses and damages. Together they stand on the upper deck of their ship, wind whipping through their hair and ruffling their clothes. Together they watch the horizon as Atmos shrinks until it becomes a dot and then disappears. Together, they carry the weight of Atmos and the burden of all that is to come for every city in the sky. For if they fail in their mission, all will truly be lost. But they know this, and they have each other. Each day, they help lift one another up and help carry each other's burdens. Tonight, the weight will be heavy, but tomorrow, perhaps a little less so. And that brings us into the next morning. I'm gonna say everyone's pretty achy. I mean, like, you got a good rest, Ed, but everyone's a little sore. There's a lot of running, a lot of high athleticism stuff going on. Zia, I think you're down to 2 points. I think you said it was 3 or 2 points of exhaustion.
Just 2.
Yeah,
It's fine. Everything's fine.
you're feeling a little better. And Kip just basically set the dial to GTFO, and you don't really have a direction you're heading in. You're just getting away. Atmos. Morning breakfast bell rings. Bing, 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 bing.
Breakfast. All right. Yeah. Brilith will go to breakfast for sure.
Zia comes in awkwardly, sits kind of across from Brileth and is kind of like, how are you doing?
Okay.
So I have some bad news.
Okay.
So that Drakkus figure, what do you think about them?
Drakkus?
Yeah.
They seemed well, the gate thing was a little terrifying.
Wait, what gate thing?
That was Drakkus, right, Dan?
Mhm.
That did the gate? Right. They
Was it just
made
like
it
making a door and like walking through it?
kind of. They kind of took one of the sorry, I forgot you weren't there. They kind of took one of the guys that were trying to destroy or activate or whatever the or steal the device and created a gate out of them. They kind of put them into the air and kind of
like prestidigitation, like there was like a big cloud of smoke and then a doorway.
Have you ever had a sweater or like a scarf or something that was made and a little thread came loose and you pull in the thread and the entire thing kind of unravels?
How do you make a door from a string?
She kind of did that to the person.
Oh my god.
There was skin and bones and organs and
so after she went through the door, did the person turn back? What happened to the door?
I think it just did it just fall apart, Dan?
It just stayed there.
Oh, it was still there when we left.
And this was inside of the Drakkus.
Yes. So, you know, that was a little strange.
Wait a minute.
But
Wait a minute. Okay, so the Drakkus eats this door. Oh my god, that's a horrible, agonizing death. I wonder if they're still conscious in door form.
I don't think that they could have been
Okay,
conscious.
I'm getting super off topic. Okay, what I meant to tell you was, I didn't know who Drakkus was, and I didn't know what was going on where you were, if like that a zombie horde had come forth, or what had happened. And
Sure.
so I was very desperate to try to help, and like I couldn't. And so at first I tried to like slow Drakkus down, and then she was like saying things that sounded like, oh, maybe this person is going to be helpful, but like I could only get her attention for so long. And so I was trying to like answer questions to kind of keep, you know, her focus, to try to determine if she was a friend or a foe. And she kind of brought up the Tome of Horrors. And said that like I think she had been summoned by whoever had the Tome of Horrors.
Oh.
And so I wasn't thinking, and I was like, oh, maybe Liazana has heard about what's going on and tried to summon something to help us. Like, and she was like asking like who summoned her, if it was the Tome of Horrors.
Yeah.
And she could kind of smell that I had the book on my person. And I was like, no, it's not me. It's like somebody else. And she was like, well, where is this person? And I was like, oh, you know, it's like when you summon something and it kind of wants to know some information about who summoned it. And, you know, maybe this is how I get Drakkus to help us. And so I kind of told her that Liazana was at McCullum's stead.
Oh. Yeah, that's we have to just like put down whatever food she was holding. That's a little concerning.
Yeah.
That yeah, we can check in with Liazana. She's still on the thing, and see if she's, you know, okay. Right?
I think we could try that.
Maybe warn her that someone who can make a gate out of human flesh, or maybe elven flesh, might be looking for her.
Yeah. And I mean, given everything that, you know, with Vic's parents there too, I mean, that city's been through enough already. So it would be kind of, I'm so sorry. I panicked. I did something enormously stupid, and I accept the consequences of those actions. I just,
Oh,
yeah.
you didn't know that. You didn't know that I don't you didn't know who they were. So how could you not know that someone who randomly appeared and was asking you about the book and then would want to hurt Liazana?
I mean,
Or maybe
you're such a much better judge of character than I am Brilith. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, way back before we met, I was, just trying to help find somebody to help find my dad. And I was just in this random bar, and I just kind of bumped into the very first guy I saw there who looked like, a bounty hunter type. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like, and she'll like look over her shoulder to see if Cassius is over there. And like, that may or may not have been a smart decision. Time will tell.
He would have like just came into the galley,
Nice.
like probably like a little after Zia said that.
She'll turn like bright red.
He's gonna get like some eye crust out of his eyes and say, "Good morning, everyone," and just kind of like sit. He didn't hear what you said. He's gonna like sit down and like start eating like whatever's on the table. If there's like a spread,
Yeah, it's like a
yeah.
hearty. Get your eggs, bacon, ham, biscuits.
What are you guys talking about? And I'll just like take a bite out of some bacon.
Brilith, without like looking at you, will like slide a plate of like sausages your way.
Oh, and he'll just. He's very like tired and hungry.
Just talking about stuff. Drakkus specifically.
What's going on with the Drakkus? What, is everything okay?
Drakkus apparently was summoned by the Book of Horrors, possibly.
And the last person we knew who had the Book of Horrors was Liazana. Quick recap. Book of Horrors was like a sacred holy book to these people that we found, were the indigenous people of Macomstead, except it's not really called Macomstead because they have a different name for it. And then they wanted us to find those, and then there were a bunch of like mind flayers, and so we went there and we killed them, and then we found the book, we took it back, and then Liazana was like, I want to stay here and look at this because this other guy told her that oh god, I'm already forgetting what they're called, Brilith. The Reapers, the Reavers, the
Yeah,
Roasters.
whatever.
Yeah, there's like a super cool club, and people are in it, and that they're bad now, but they apparently used to not be bad. And this book had like the secret history of whether or not they were bad or not, and that their original purpose was in there. And because Liazana's clan was like killed by this group, that Liazana wanted to like try to figure that out. But if somebody reads the Book of Horrors for too long, apparently they go insane. But anyway, we left Liazana and Macomstead to study the book, and that brings us to now.
Mm-hmm.
Cassius is good, but all right, that's a lot to take in. It's quite a bit. So what I've gathered from that is that Liazana is currently studying this book that could potentially make her go insane. And Drakkus was summoned from said book. And are you okay? And what I can put together is you're potentially worried for Liazana's safety, or got it. Okay. Is she still on the
That is exactly what we were just discussing.
we should probably warn her of any danger. I don't know what she's gonna be able to do against that thing. We couldn't do anything but run. So
yeah.
Maybe a friendly heads up. Let's try to
Yeah.
give her a call if anything.
Okay.
Ring, ring, ring.
Yeah,
You all kind of like tune in to your mental network. I'm going to ask each of you the same thing, how you would respond to this, and then I'll collectively roleplay it out. As you each kind of tune in, do any of you wish to speak first and say anything? I'll go that route first and clear that. Okay. So you kind of tune in, and it's dead air. You have to. If someone wants to reach out to her, let me know. but she hasn't said anything since y'all left that island. I think I scared everyone out. I'm talking to her. I'm so sorry.
Cassius, I guess, will be the first person to be like, hey, Liazana, can you hear me? It's Cassius. I know it's been a very, very long time. I just want to let you know that potential danger is heading your way. I don't really know what you can do to stop this danger, but I want you to at least be aware that danger is about or bound.
Okay. All right. All right, now I'll go around and just ask everyone. Oh, good. I think perhaps is it Chris? I can't see. There's Chris. Okay,
Yeah, it's
Chris has
Chris.
joined us. I'll quickly update him. Hey, Chris. A great time. Hi. Good timing. Everyone's on the ship having breakfast. The little info's been shared about Drakkus knowing Liazana's location and that someone with that book summoned Drakkus. That's been shared too. So it might be Liazana. So Cassius, everyone just said let's reach out and warn her. Cassius just sent her a mental message on your network. And I'm going around and asking you each how you would respond to what's about to happen. So I'll start with Brila since you're in the first block. In the very first moments of hearing Liazana's voice, no formed word yet, no, full word, but you recognize the voice. You also always, this network has had crystal clear communications, but you hear a static, and this is going to be true for everybody. But not a static in the air, like disrupting the signal, like a static, like a million creeping, crawling things aggressing towards your mind. Would you like to just, how would you like to handle that? You want to keep listening? You do all have the power to stop and disconnect like a call from someone. Not that you have to.
I think Cassius would keep listening.
Okay, Cash is still listening. Okay.
Yeah,
Breathe?
we're in this together.
Yeah. Is Zia still
Going in.
listening too?
Yeah.
Okay.
She feels bad enough that she's gonna.
Grundy's still listening.
Grundy's listening. Okay. Breelith?
Reba's going to stop listening.
Okay. May I have Zia, Cassius, and Grundy make a wisdom saving throw, please?
You just see Brilith like close her eyes.
All right. Let's see. Zia, what'd you get?
17.
Okay. Cassius?
I got a 9.
Okay. Grundy.
17.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got one scrambled brain.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, let me
Just a little bit of drool here.
Around here and see what effects we get to. Okay. All right. For the time being, the three of you that hear the response hear it's a terrifying 7-octave melody of Liazana's voice speaking at once over one another with a little bit of dissonance, so it's really difficult to hear. You know when like the same sound is played like really close? It's it sounds like maybe if it was all lined up, it would be draconic. If you listen a little longer, you might be able to sort out what's being said if you speak draconic. If you don't speak draconic, you wouldn't be able to. Do any of you? Nope. Okay. So this instills in you, the first thing it does is frighten you. The DC was 19. So the three of you are in the frightened condition. Doesn't matter much because you're not going to walk closer to Liazana a billion miles away. But it's instant. Your chest just spreads within it fear and panic. And I'll let me know if you want to keep listening or how you want to react to that. What Breathless sees, basically.
I think. Wait, do we check how we proceed, or is?
I kind of want to see how, not to like put you on the spot, Steph, but I want to see how Freelith, like, now that we're all just like.
Yeah. Oh, like an absolute horror has.
Braylith would probably immediately be like, What? What's going on?
It's a good question. I don't know. I mean, you heard the beginning of it, right? Like, and then it kind of
Yeah.
came closer and closer.
Yeah, I heard it. Mhm.
And then did you jump off?
No, I kept listening.
Okay, so
Cassius is gonna look over and say, "You're not scared? This doesn't terrify you?"
I
And
mean,
he's gonna have like genuine fear in his eyes when he's looking at you.
I mean, I heard a little bit of, I heard some static. What did y'all hear?
I mean,
Growling mostly as Grundy just kind of hurriedly, like shakingly opens his tea flask and like starts drinking.
See, what's happening?
I really, you're so much better at languages than I am. It almost sounded like something like I mean, when I try to think about it, it feels like it's invading my mind all over again.
I still feel it in my mind.
Cassius, what language? I'm trying to think about it, but I can't focus for too long without.
It's not a language I'm familiar with. I don't know what it is.
Who was speaking the language?
We've heard it before. Breelith. We have. And she's like mentally like cycling through each language that they've heard at some point.
Can someone repeat it? Can you repeat what you heard?
No.
No, I think if we even try,
I don't
make mimicry, but that's a little hard.
It still feels like it's there.
Who was talking?
it
Sounded
like
Liazana,
Liazana.
but distorted and dark and twisted.
And
Okay, all right.
like there were
I got it.
7 of her on top of herself.
Okay, all right. So it was Liazana speaking, and it was weird, and okay.
But it was like twisted, weird.
Okay,
yeah.
I get it.
I mean,
Cassius.
beyond anything, and it was
Right.
a language I've never heard Liazana speak.
I wish I would have heard it. I didn't hear that.
This is gonna really bother me.
You didn't hear that, really?
No.
It's probably for the best.
Were we all close enough to oh god, brain fart. Sarah's character.
Ashamar?
Yeah.
Ashavar. Were we close enough to Ashavar when they were talking to the thing under the city?
And in Draconic?
I think everyone was running out. If you recall, who might have been last down the hallway? I think maybe Cassius and Grundy stayed behind. Like to make
Yeah,
sure.
I brought up the rear. Yeah.
Okay, so the two of you would have heard that sort of guttural, hard consonant language.
Maybe if we talk to Ashavar, we can figure out what language that was exactly, because I'm not familiar with it.
Well, first of all, we have to kind of make the connection between that and what we heard. So, do I have to roll anything to like, oh, hey, we heard that?
I'll just let it roll this time, I think. Yeah, because you'll have put such great roleplay with this, so.
Cassius, you
Yes,
were
Randy.
when we were running out of the collapsing hallway. It sounded like that.
Yes, it sounded similar to that, but it wasn't as distorted. It wasn't as dark, and like
it
Cash is
wasn't
gonna
as-
like start spiraling a little bit.
Yeah.
It
No, it
wasn't.
wasn't as scary, but Ashavar was replying in the same language.
Maybe if we talk to Ashavar, we can figure out what that potentially could have been. But like,
Without the recording, we couldn't exactly tell her what was being said either.
no, I don't.
But-
I don't.
Yeah, Breelith, it might have been Draconic.
Oh.
The fear subside.
I know Draconic.
I don't know if you want to listen to that, Brila.
I don't know if you want to risk that.
It could also mean that the message was intended only for Breelith.
Potentially.
Oh my gosh, do you think Liazana?
It sounds like
Yeah.
sounds like she's in trouble, if not already. Like, I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Should I? Dan,
Mm-hmm.
Relith, kind of while the past minute of conversation's been happening, is going to try to reach out mentally to Liazana via the communication that they have, that the group has.
All right, you're gonna do direct message to
Yes.
Liazana. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What do you want to say?
Just while the conversation's going, she'll just kind of like put her head down and like act like she's getting something out of her bag and like pretend like she dropped something on the floor,
Mhm.
and will just kind of reach down to get it and
Okay.
as quietly as she can be like, Liazana, are you there?
Okay, you begin hearing her voice in that same spread, the same dissonance. Do you shut it back out or want to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw?
That is a 22.
Oh, that's a success. You feel a bit of that terror start to seep in because it feels like as these little crawling bits, this grand multitude sort of skittering into your mind is very frightening initially. You're able to sort of just focus, draconic, and I'm gonna say just make a quick investigation check. You can do it with advantage because she's pushed through the fear and you're focused on it, just to kind of try and suss out.
That was a 17 for a 22 total.
22 total. Well, you managed to put it together. It is ancient Draconic, still within the vocabulary, but sort of a dead part of the language. And it's repeating the same thing again and again and again. And the translation to common is an extremis, which means at the end, or at the point of death, or at the point of no return.
You said the campaign name.
Roll credit.
Finally.
All right. I know what it said. I tried it again and it worked this time. It's ancient draconic. And it was repeating. I don't know if you could tell that before. It's saying, they're saying, in extremis, which is, at the end, at the point of no return in ancient draconic.
And she kept repeating that phrase.
Yeah.
Well, but where's the end?
I think,
It means more like
right?
in an extremely dire situation or at the point of death. Almost like a point of no return. In case that.
We knew what book she was opening. And we knew what she was doing. I think it means that she's at the point of no return with the book.
I wonder if either she's done reading it and there are effects for that, or she can't stop reading it. And I don't know. How do we find? Should we go find her?
Not to throw in another theory, but there was that discussion of like the island at the end of the world. That was, or like the first island that had been raised. I mean, you can't really tell distance or location from the mental link. And I mean, there was oh my gosh, I'm blanking so much on names today. Sirik was also there. He was also studying the tome. And Vic's parents are there, and all those people are there. So like, I wish we could. Wait, didn't Vic's parents give Vic a sending stone? I thought they maybe gave Vic a sending stone. I might be totally wrong on that.
They did.
We could go.
Breelith, are you okay if we investigate further?
Sure.
She might need our help. So
I just Grundy, you should keep some tea hot for Breelith, okay?
Already on it.
Vic or Zia will go back to talk to Vic and just ask if it's okay if he contact his parents to see what's going on.
do you mind if I go with you, Zia?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah, you find Vic. While he did kind of get up and get some of the breakfast started, he has since left back to his quarters to change up for the day. But I'll open the door to both of you, lean down. Pardon to it? I can help you both.
Morning, Vic.
Morning. Hey, that was kind of crazy. And I'm sorry for putting you through all the running around.
I'm sure if it hadn't been for all of you, I think we wouldn't all be here right now. So thankful.
She's gonna like kind of like go in for a very quick hug and then let go, go back to roll.
So, would you like to come in? Looks back and forth at both of you.
Yeah, if that's okay.
Well, I
Yeah, if you don't mind.
kind of adjust one of the. There's a couple of like a long bench in there, almost like a futon. It's got a really thick cushion on it. He slides it over, and he sits on his bed on the corner. Hey, it's sort of bad news.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Unfortunately, yes. Hopefully it could lead us, and we find out some news. Hopefully it's not bad, but yeah, it's bad news.
I don't think it's ever been good news.
One day.
One day. So I was wondering if you would be okay with checking in on your parents. When we tried to contact Liazana, there was like a weird the Tome of Horrors might have gotten to her. And unfortunately your parents are the only point of contact that we have. We just want to see that, if she's there, if everyone else is safe, of course.
Hey.
And then also if they're trying to help her take care of her already, if she's gone and in a completely different location, if Sirik is still around. I know that's a lot. I'm sorry.
No, it's alright. I can condense that, I'm sure, into 25 words. He pulls out, I whittled away at the stone and made a wee little creature out of it. Anyway.
Oh, that's so cute.
Little sitting stone. It's me. Liazana might have lost it. What's her status? Are you safe? Can't you remember? That cover everything.
I think you should tell them that you care about them and you're hoping that they're okay too.
Right.
Yeah.
Love you, and hope you're well. Be safe.
Yeah. I mean, Breelith's better at this family stuff. I mean, but for her to be here right now might be really difficult.
Right. Well, if they know anything, I'm sure they've been very responsive so far using this. If they have to find out, they might not know. Then it might be later today that they get back to me. Or if they're dead, we'll know in a few days.
Let's think positive. Maybe Liazana is in a self-inflicted trance and is trying to find out a really hard part of the book and is just studying very hard. And your parents are helping her and Sirik and the archivist and bringing coffee and food, and everybody's safe and happy.
Well, like that. Let's hope for that.
Yeah.
Here's hoping. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll let you know as soon as I hear, and if there's anything I can do in the meantime for either of you, just let me know.
Yeah, when was the last time that your parents responded to you in the Singing Stone? Just curious.
I think it was 3 days ago, which is normal. We speak about 2 or 3 times a week, so about 3 days. They're due to message.
Did they happen to mention anything about Liazana? Like, did she leave? Is she still there?
I don't really think that they are aware of whatever she's doing there. They don't really speak about Sirik. They mention Sirik sometimes because Sirik stands out a bit and is sort of the talk of the town. But well, the last time we spoke, they were talking about an encounter they had with Sirik, and if Sirik, I think Sirik didn't want to leave that book. So if Sirik's there, then the book's probably there. So Liazana's probably there. At worst case, she got something she needed or didn't want out of the book. It's gone altogether, leaving the book behind. Well, we'll hope for points to Zia for that option.
Yeah. So just so you're like entirely caught up. So remember that that giant Drakkulich?
A vague memory.
Yeah. So there was a person who had come through a portal and apparently been summoned by the Book of Horrors who resurrected that thing. So
Sure. Alright.
yeah. Just
Right.
Food for thought.
I'm full. Don't really want any more food for thought. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah.
Well, at least we're getting some of all these mysteries uncovered, I suppose. As frightening as some of them are.
Have we solved any mysteries?
It's a very good question. I want to pretend we have.
I feel like we've gathered more than we've solved.
right. Yeah.
Well, okay. Good news. Actually, we'll end this on a positive note.
Oh, perfect.
That one of the 3 books of Enoch we have.
Right, because those can just end everything, right? They just.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's okay because Brilith has it. And Brilith is the most emotionally stable, smartest person we know. So, unless anything were to totally change her personality into a person obsessed with death and destruction, and she lost everyone she loved, I don't think that she would ever mess with that. That would just be ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey. Should we find a safer place? Just hang on to that book somewhere on the ship.
Maybe we put it in the safe or something.
But doesn't Sinister have one of those back entrances to the safe?
Probably.
We make a new safe.
Aye.
Just for the books.
That's fair. Okay.
I could totally get on that right now, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe is it okay if I stay with Vic for a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You go kind of talk to Brilith about it, because I kind of entrusted it to her in the first place, and I feel like it's gonna come off as not great if I'm give it back, especially since
I feel like
you weren't there. But
no,
it was yeah, I don't think it would be best if I was the one asking for it back.
Now, Zia, but before I leave,
yeah,
real quick, don't you think it'd be a bit weird if I asked Brilith for the book?
Why?
Without knowing that she has it? I don't know that she has that book until you just told me, Zia.
Oh, but we're not keeping secrets anymore. So like we had a big crew discussion about it, and I think that's like a general, you know, it's not gonna be weird.
Okay. And then Cassius will get up and leave.
Oh, if it feel you might want to consider Aiden staying in one of the cargo spaces down below. She's got a very large space for that. Maybe maybe they would be amenable to having that built there, because I don't even think anyone would really want to try and sneak around Aiden to get in there.
I can talk to Eden and see what they think. But first, I have to talk to Breathe about this. So this will be interesting.
Best of luck.
All right.
Bring the talking spoon. Yeah. Bless you. He'll wave to you and stuff. Bless you.
There we go. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, Cassius will get up and leave.
Two more bless yous.
Thank
Oh,
you.
bless you. Nice. All right. Sorry, Z, did you have anything for Vic, or you just kind of wanted that to
This
be...
is Zia and Vic alone time. Pass it over to somebody else.
Okay, nice.
Oh,
Brandy,
yeah,
let's
yeah. Cassius would have left expeditiously. Like,
oh,
let me get out of here.
Nice. Awesome. Grundy, what would you like to do post breakfast there?
Well, I would have taken time to actually make a nice hot cup of tea and a little flask of extra for Breelith, and some cookies.
It's okay. Beautiful.
And I'm just gonna make my way up to the bow of the ship and take in the breeze, because we've been indoors so much. We've been in crab spaces. We've been inside the mouth of a Draklich. Grundy needs air.
Yeah. Beautiful. It's late summer, and I guess actually it's getting into fall now. It's early fall, so it's like mid-70s up here. The breeze is beautiful. It's a warm, slightly coolish breeze on a beautiful, lukewarm temperature day. Hair whipping, cloth on your wind on your skin feels great. Feels absolutely great. And I'm bracing for my notes. My apologies. Oh, I forgot about them. Let's see. Anyway, I'm looking for I should I'll remind you all something in a minute. Let's see who is over there in the front of the ship. I think Kip is there currently. She'd be up pretty early and sort of navigating. Of course, she is a turtle, I think is how you say it. She doesn't have any hair to whip in the wind, but nevertheless, she slowly walks up. You hear the slow drag of the boots. She can move when she wants to, but her regular pace is a bit slow. And she has like a long black kind of cloak draped, around. It sort of crosses up here, so it just kind of hangs down almost like a duster, but it's just a cloak with some leathers underneath, like a rogue's leathers. And she, walks up. She's maybe like sternum height to you, not super tall. It's a fine day, isn't it?
Indeed. Not many days you can get peace and quiet, especially with this crew.
Aye, that's for sure. It's. I'd like to say out of the frying pan into the fire, but there's just like 8 more levels to it. We're on level 8 currently. I don't know where to go from there.
There's always a bigger frying pan.
Right?
I guess you could say it's a walk in the park.
Aye. Oh, it's I don't know. I've got mixed feelings. It's
Hmm.
nice because there's adventure and camaraderie, and I feel like we're doing very important work. That's why it's so
Hmm.
challenging. But
Mhm.
there's days like this morning where it's hard to get out of bed. Ooh,
Hmm. How go the repairs? I know we took quite a bit of damage trying to get out of that mess.
I mean we're flying at decent speed. The ship's really so it's almost it's a tank. It really takes quite a bit of damage before it really takes a licking. But I think it would be imperative to stop at some point, either well, ideally at Macaw, as they have the ship's keyed to it, and there's materials there we know of that for repair would be perfect for the Tempest. Um, but any place will do. Any island we can dock on. Gleg or whatever. I don't know. I heard some names getting tossed around. Doesn't matter where.
Hmm. What do you know of Gerbil?
Gleg. Um, well, it's certainly not the same level of legend as Macaw was before we found it. But it flies about under its own power. Where it goes is determined by I don't know someone up in some of the cloud giants. Um, Not really certain how they're able to support a whole city on it. I think we saw some of the Arcana working away there, but it's not really my field. Um, it's great. I don't think you've been yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
It's all very new to me. Floating cities in the sky,
I see.
giant death trap below us.
Hey.
Weird kind. The magic here is very, very weird. Not all too different from my world, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's taken some getting used to. I'm getting used to it, and I'm glad I have people that are seeing me through it, more or less, because of the adventures we're all going through.
They're good folks. Tell me more about your world, Grundy. I don't think I've had the pleasure of hearing much about it.
When I left, well, obviously no Omega Sea. We had actual oceans, water, fish, greenery as far as the eye could see. We had deserts. All the trappings of modern technology, but at the same time, it's all a bit quaint, as if the technology had been there for ages, gotten lost and found again. Just eons of one civilization building on top of each other. It's beautiful. Yeah. But as much as I loved it there, I needed to see what it was like, my father's world, which is this one.
Really?
Hmm.
Oh, that's what's your father's name? Just in the case I happen to know him. I doubt it, but I'm so sorry if I put you on that. You can just say insert dad's name here if you want. We can.
Yeah. Insert dad's name here. Yeah.
Ooh.
But
Can't say I know them, but do you know what part
Elendor.
Oh,
He's the elf. So
Oh, right. Okay. Do you know which island were they from? Do you know that, or you just know they're from here?
I just know they're from here. I've gotten hints of them being from. Well, I saw notes about Atmos,
Oh,
which is why that name is somewhat familiar, although I did not know the exact extent of what an Atmos Island was, because I thought it'd be something floating in an ocean.
right. That sounds scary to me. That just a huge body of water like that.
I mean, no less scary than a big hunk of black goop trying to catch your ship anytime you float near it.
Why she kind of looks over the. Fair enough.
Yeah, that or giant hands reaching up to your ship from the sky. That was a new one. I've encountered dragons before. I've never encountered that. Yeah, It's been quite the adventure. I like it here.
Well, listen, look, make sure if there's any leads you have or anything we can do. I mean, I know we're doing plenty, right? And there's a lot on the line here, but we have to stop and dock. The beauty of this place is there's only so many known islands. We have to go and stop, and if we can take a look around for anything you're looking for there with your paw or otherwise.
Well, I have a feeling things are going to get pretty interesting pretty shortly. So it would be a good idea to restock the ship and make sure everybody gets a lot of rest.
All right. Very good. I'll have to.
That goes for you too. Don't overdo it.
Okay. Vic was talking the other day with me about sort of doing a proper. Vic was looking to take over or sort of voted into a position of like unofficial captain. But talking the other day, it seemed like maybe we wanted to put up a proper vote for. I mean, Cassius is back, and I know Liazana is with us, but thinking maybe he'd like to take such a fine first mate. Feels like I don't want to speak for Vic. But
I think I too think he needs a little bit more ceremony than just having the job dumped on him. So we probably could do with a little bit of a celebration there, ish.
I'll get him to talk to everyone. I think I think he's sorting out his feelings, but I know he's out of responsibility. He's wishing to do what he can and be captain, but he wants to, he just felt a little bit, once Cassius was back, that Cassius seemed like a much more prime candidate. Wanted to put him up for a vote. But again, I don't want to speak for him, so.
We will all discuss it. It seems like the thing that's fitting for the entire crew to talk about.
We need to figure out where we're going too. Which not bad to be aiming this out here, but I just worry after seeing everything that happened there and knowing what we know that the clash between the UAF and the pirates is just gonna make the air a bit more travel a bit more dangerous,
Well, so I kind of had Kip on the shell, back of the shell. Well, take what little reprieve we can get. I'm sure Vic needs a little bit of extra rest too.
Right. Well, thanks for sharing, Grundy. Sure I'll see you around. Nods up and she goes about her work. Anything else for Grundy currently?
Well, gonna take one more look around and then I'm gonna explore the ship. I haven't really gotten around to exploring the ship much, really. So,
okay.
You can pass it on while I do that.
All right. I feel like we'll jump over to Cassius heading to Breelith, if that's okay. I guess I'll ask quickly, Breelith, is there anything you want to do before we have Cassius arrive?
Cassius will find Breelith still sitting at the table in the galley, just kind of staring ahead.
Cassius will walk in, and are you sitting down, Breelith?
Yes.
Okay. Cassius is he's actually gonna sit next to Breelith, and like not across from her, because in his brain it's just like that feels interrogatory. I don't want to do that. So he'll like sit next to Breelith and say, hey Breelith, how are you holding up?
I shouldn't have left.
You shouldn't have
stayed. No. I shouldn't have left her there. I should have stayed. Even if she didn't want me to, I should have stayed. That's what I think.
I understand. How was that interaction when it all went down? Since I wasn't there, if you don't mind talking about it.
She said it was something she should do on her own. I don't think. I don't think it was. Or it should have been. And that was it. I just said that I trusted her.
Well, I mean, I think you should still trust her. I mean, no matter what we heard, that's not a definitive. You know, she could potentially be in trouble, but we don't actually know, and we are currently like trying to figure that out. So maybe if we have to go back, to see if she needs any help, regardless of what she says, because like here you heard what I heard, and you know if she needs our help, she's still part of the crew. So it's still something that like I would be ready and willing to do. But I don't know. I guess the only thing that I can really say is, I guess, have a little bit of faith. The fact that we heard her means that she's still reachable, which means, you know, we could potentially like help her, or if there is something wrong with her, maybe we can try and like fix it. But the fact that we heard her, I mean, as bad as it sounded, it's still a good thing. I mean, she's still alive.
Sure.
Yes. And I also wanted to talk to you about the book that was entrusted to you by Zia. And
You got it?
I wanted to run this idea by you. So those
Okay.
books are the books that we're going after are pretty dangerous and can cause a lot of harm. And I know the book is currently in your possession. My suggestion was that a conversation that I had with Vic and Zia is that we have the book and we lock it in a safe where Eden stays, so that it's guarded and it's protected by the safe, just so that it's not on your person with how dangerous the book can be. And we have it in a contained area, and we'll all know where it is.
Will we all have access to the safe?
Yes.
She'll just reach into her bag and pull out the Book of Enoch and put it on the table and just slide it over to him.
Cassius will like gently like slide the book over and say, I'm gonna construct the safe. I'm gonna construct the safe over the course of like the next few days, however long it takes to build a safe. I've never built one before, but I'm pretty good at building stuff. So we'll see what happens. And then I will also make sure that the combination is shared with people on the ship, potentially just the main crew, because we want to keep it to a minimum of people who have the actual access to the safe. So that would be mainly just the main crew that have access to the safe. So you'll have access, I'll have access, Z will have access, Greggy will have access, Ashmore will have access, etc.
Sounds like a great plan, Cassius.
I don't know if I'm disrupting your time here, but I'll leave you to it. But if you ever like want to talk about like what's going on, if you want to like, if you anything, it doesn't matter what it is, really. I'm here. And then like Cassius will like gingerly like put his hand on her shoulder and then get up and leave with the book.
As Cassius is kind of starting to step away, Grelith will, I've I've spent how long has it been since we left Liazana there, Dan? Roughly.
Oh geez, where'd you go? You went to Atmos. I think that just took like a month and a half, so maybe a month and a half.
I have spent the last few weeks telling myself that there was nothing to worry about. That everything was okay. And even though every day I worried about her, I'm saying it's fine. It's okay. I was wrong, Cassius. I'm gonna go to my room. And she'll just get up and walk past Cassius and out of the galley.
Cassius figures like she needs this time alone to like reflect and like process what just happened, so he won't like chase after her or anything. And I think after that point, Cassius would go down and talk to Eden.
Okay. Right. Yeah, so you head on down. Let's see, it's morning-ish, so Eden's definitely down there. Do I, let's see if I can quickly swap up her battle here. I feel like I have our crew pictures in here. I think I was, good about that. There we go. Let's jump over to this quickly. So we've got Eden up while we're talking. I'll change names for this. So, I know I can't multitask this. I'm just going to super quickly. I know better than to try like so. No, Dan, don't do it. Cassius, that one's gonna be fine. Right. Yeah. Remedy's correct. For today. Okay. So, if Eden here, whatever. I'm not gonna fix the picture. There you go, everybody. And they are laying back in what can only be described as a medieval chaise lounge chair. A small table of a couple of drink or two on the side. Yeah. And without moving a muscle from there's sort of like a caged section in the middle for like securing things you want to keep behind lock and key. And they are around the side of that on the back left of this rather large cargo area that spans both sides of the hallway here. Cassius.
Hello, Eden. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Good to see you again.
It's good to see you. Yeah, it's been too long. So I wanted to run something by you. He's gonna pull out the book of Enoch that Relith gave him.
Okay.
I need to make a safe for this. I would want it to be somewhere secure where everybody knows where it is, and it's behind lock and key, just in case we have like invaders. We don't know what could happen, as wild things have happened on this ship time and time again. So I wanted to ensure that this was somewhere safe behind a lock and key. And I thought between Vic, Zia, and I that this was probably the perfect place to house this safe. And I wanted to run it by you if that was okay.
I think that's a wise decision. Yes. You can install it here and have it behind two locks. Plus.
Okay. So I can install it like inside the cage area
section.
So it's like this. That makes sense. Okay.
Perhaps we can make it large enough to house any other items we procure.
It's not a bad idea. I can build a shelf on the top for the rest of the books along with this one, and then a larger area on the bottom for anything we might do. And I can install shelves incrementally as we get various items.
Crafty as always, I see.
Yep, and do it with my hands. Cassius will like go back upstairs, and then he'll start like gathering the materials he needs to like get ready to build this.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, because he needs something to do after hearing like that disturbing message from Liazana. He's just like, I have to get my mind focused on something else.
Mm-hmm.
let me delve into this part right here. And then so Cassius will just be kind of like taking materials back and forth from like his room to the cargo area and just moving it.
Gotcha. Okay. So the rest of you throughout the day might, see, if not certainly hear, Cassius going about back and forth to get things together as needed and constructing the safe in that area. I'll check back in with, I guess I'll just ask if anyone else has anything to do. I imagine the next thing will be like probably dinner time, where, if you're looking to discuss where to head. If not, and you have more things you want to roleplay out while on the ship, we can do that too. Anyone have anything before dinner tonight that they would like to roleplay? Okay. Mm-hmm.
So Brilith went back to her room.
Okay.
Well, I guess when she goes to her room, Carmine's in his own room, right? Still.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
She's gonna go to her room then and close the door, and probably Dan.
Mm-hmm.
She will consistently, until she can't stand it anymore, try to reach out to Liazana. So I don't know how you want to do that, but
okay. Well, you reach back out and you get that same response. You're letting that happen to try and continue to. What do you say at first as you reach back out, Liazana?
Liazana, please. It's Brila. If she can get that many words in.
Okay, go ahead, make a wisdom saving throw. Those same legion of crawling static into your mind.
That is a 19.
Oh, that meets it. So that's a success. And you're able to withstand this repetitive, terrible sound for, I'm gonna say, with that just meeting it, I'm gonna say maybe 10 minutes. And it's just on repeat, and you're focusing. You're focusing not on what she's saying, but just her voice, the beautiful timbre of her voice, the whispers that you hear in your ear, and but it gets difficult as those 10 minutes begin to wrap, and you feel these things, this energy pushing in on your mind again. You want to continue. All right, go make another wisdom saving throw if you would.
That's a 20 total.
Okay, this time, 2 successes, you're able to push through for at least a half an hour. But what do you want to say? Is there anything you want to add? You've been listening for 10 minutes. You just, have saved this next one. Do you want to say anything else? Or are you looking to just continue to listen?
She would ask, do you need help? If you could just let me know. If you need us to help you, I don't want to push in if you don't want me there, but if you need help, please let me know, please. I should just kind of continue that.
Oh. All right. The same continues on. Another half an hour this time, we're able to push through and listen and speak and share. May I ask you to do one last wisdom saving throw?
The natural 20 for a 25.
Nice. Okay. As that half an hour finishes and you feel once again that kind of pushing in, is there anything you want to say as you succeed on this one? Your final check for the day.
I hope that you're okay. I don't think that you are. I miss you. That's probably all that she can probably get out, Dan.
Okay. For a moment, a brief moment, as you begin saying that, this next push, few of those distorted, somewhat dissonant octaves of her voice stumble and waver the way that someone's voice cracks and they're choked up and then regulates itself and continues on. And it'll do that for the remainder of the day for however long you want to.
Oh yeah,
From this
she's
one.
gonna I would say probably she's I would say she'd probably do it until someone came to get her for anything.
Okay.
Would you I'm gonna make a player call here. Would you mind if I give myself a point of exhaustion?
Sure, absolutely. You are feeling weary, of course, and pushing through as best you can until around the dinner bell, just a little bit before that dinner time. And I'll let you roleplay that however you want. If you want to continue or join dinner. Which there... Are you in your room, door shut?
Yeah.
Good. What's that?
Yeah, I think that I think they should probably continue.
All right. Well, I think that Kip is probably gonna find Grundy. Where would Grundy be around this time? Around dinner time, a little bit before.
Whatever passes for a gym. Because Grundy is the same mindset where either I am reading or I am working out.
Okay. There's a lot of like supports for like body weight stuff, chin ups and gosh, what's it called? Like if people do it, they talk about how they do it. It's
Calisthenics, yoga.
no, I love calisthenics. It's my God.
Pilates?
No.
Pilates?
It's the
No.
other
CrossFit.
CrossFit. That's it. Bingo.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, wait, is it
Listen,
Tires.
listen.
This is not a safe space for CrossFit.
Listen, Grundy does not do CrossFit. Grundy is beefy boy. He needs more than CrossFit.
Nice.
Sorry if I offended anybody out there.
That's perfect.
Listen, with Grundy's body type, CrossFit, that's not how he got his body.
Nice. So there's a sweaty, shirtless Grundy working out in the ship
Ooh,
somewhere.
Jesus.
Oh, some dewy sweat rolling down his temple. Kip, I'm sorry, not no, I guess it would be Kip, wouldn't it?
Wait, Dan, you're gonna keep going?
yeah, Kip. Yeah,
Are you done?
That's the description. Yeah, I don't want to push too much without checking with Chris first. That's my safe zone before.
Listen, that's the whole idea behind Grundy. He is oblivious to all these. He is just Grundy, being Grundy.
Nice. Some chin ups and like the arrow. He's doing the pull ups with the bottom.
The salmon ladder. Yep.
It's still silly.
Wow.
Kip comes in. Oh, Wendy. Hey. All right. I heard the noise and I wasn't sure. Vic wanted me to find you. I think he needs your help. He says. One of the toilets upstairs is clogged and it needs some strong arms.
Jesus.
To help with the plunging. Sorry, I can tell him you're busy. we'll...
Nope, it's fine. Now it's getting done anyway, so just kind of towel off.
Nice.
I probably am not going to take a shower right now because if I'm going to be dealing with a clogged toilet, yeah, I'll shower after.
Hey, it was Guardian, so it was in there. Yeah, that's a good idea. Great. With that, we'll take our bio break.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, this is silly. Okay, so for anyone that doesn't know, we take about like a 10-minute bio break. So we'll do that and right back.
I am trying to find out where are the exhaustion levels kept again on D&D Beyond?
Hit conditions. Under Make sure you do your long
all the way
rest
at the
first
bottom
before you do it.
Scroll all the way down in conditions, and then it'll have the levels.
All the way
conditions.
conditions.
If you click add active conditions.
Oh, I
on your
see.
sheet,
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you. All right.
Yeah, that's how we do it. But don't forget to do your long rest beforehand. Because I'm assuming we did get a long rest on this journey so far.
Yes. I'll have to fix that later. Anyway, the rest of it works. So yay.
Ooh, nice transition.
Thank you. It had a little blip there it's not supposed to have, but it wasn't working at all, so I was just going through and fixing it. Oh, hey Zen. Yay, nice to have you here. First trap Grundy, yes, definitely. Okay, so we're back. Where even were we? Right, the plunging. So the bathroom's all cleared up, thank goodness.
Grundy's taking a shower now.
Yeah, so we're gonna segue into dinner. Does anyone have anything just before dinner they want to do?
Yeah, Breela's still in her room.
Right, ding 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 ding. Dinner bell throughout the ship. And most of your secondary crew makes time for this. Ship's on autopilot, basically. Everyone kind of comes in hopes of figuring out where to head next and what's sorting through the pile of trash you all just went through. Like, this is their hope. Vic and Zia, as long as Z wants to, help still, with the kitchenware. So the two of them are in there whipping up a really big meal. Just a lot of that wonderful feed your soul kind of food, like the comfort foods where you could just sit down.
And we're gonna try to make a lot of Breela's favorites.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Breela, there's a whole garden on your part of the table.
Oh, she's not there. She's not there.
Bummer. Well, it's still there in your part of the table. Wilting by the minute. You're killing already dead vegetables.
You're wasting our best stock. Gosh.
I think I'm going to have a quick thing as you're all setting up for dinner. Breela, you have a knock at the door.
She will, she'll answer.
Okay.
She'll kind of like crack it a bit at first.
Oh, all right. There's almost a bit of a light shown off. That kind of makes you wince a little bit. It's gotten dark outside. You probably haven't set any lights yet because it's twilight. Carmine in this form has almost a soft glow to them. Look at this. May I come in? And smell
Yeah.
the staleness of the room.
Yeah.
Um,
She'll open the door and just kind of stand there.
Okay.
Hey, something I can do?
Perhaps. Carmine heads over and pulls up a little stool near the window and just kind of opens up the window and sits down next to it.
Hmm.
Read this. Leans in a bit. I've been having a terrible headache. How are you feeling?
I guess I've been I guess I've had a headache as well.
I don't like to snoop too much. I have a bit of an ability, I suppose. I read into people's thoughts a touch. I'm worried, perhaps. I believe my headache may be coming from. You feel like you're a. It feels like you're a bit on a spiral, perhaps, today. And I can feel it up here. And while I certainly don't want a headache for myself, of course, I'm much more concerned with you. The feelings and emotions that you are giving off right now. I'm not sure how to say this. This is not your fault. I'm sensing a lot of guilt. I'm assuming over Liazana, but I did not want to pry into your mind. But the guilt and the sorrow and the sadness, it's thicker than the air in here. It's not your fault. Punishing yourself, whatever you're doing here, isn't helping. You don't think it's helping Liazana. I just don't want to see this for you. I won't tell you what to do, of course. But I felt it important to say that.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Carmine. I'm sorry that whenever I've been giving you a headache today. If it's me, it is. I just. I'm just afraid.
I think that's natural. What are you feeling afraid of? Back down.
That she's gone.
You were gone
And
once.
it feels different. It feels like I could have stopped it. I shouldn't have left the city. I just worry that not going to matter what we do. This is. I got a kind of a response from her.
Oh, please tell me.
It wasn't words, it was just I could tell there was a difference. I've been trying all day, which is probably why you've gotten a headache. I'm sorry again. But there was it was the same message over and over, and then it was something different. It was like a break, almost like a break in the voice.
Hmm. That's wonderful. Could feel the strength of the connection between the two of you. Well, for as long as I can remember. My days in the egg, even.
Mm.
That each day I gain a bit more wisdom from whatever's passed on to me. Every action we take leaves so many undone that could lead to other disasters, perhaps other benefits. Their possibilities are incalculable. And so I would advise you focus on trusting in yourself that you made the right decision to leave. I imagine Liazana wasn't giving much of an option. I don't know that Atmos would have been saved, Brayleth, had you remained there. And I'm sure Liazana weighs heavily on the scales between Atmos and she. I feel that you will have quite a positive track record on doing the impossible, even. A task such as helping Liazana. I don't think that's out of your grasp. But it won't help if you hide yourself in your room all day. Do you not wish to imagine if hiding in your room you're missing opportunities to help others and receive help and grow bonds and work closer towards your goals, saving Liazana and otherwise? Are you not all stronger together?
Oh, we are.
Please.
Right.
Stands up and just walks up and pulls you into a hug. Yes. You were saying, Jack?
I'm just scared it will be too late.
It's always
It's almost
Scripture.
it was almost easier leaving her as she was
Mhm.
than to go back and find that she's something different or changed or not herself anymore. Thank you, Carmine.
Of course. I wish I could offer consolation, but you are right. It could be too late. You'd find her very much changed. We could try, yes? Wondering the many ifs will drive you to madness and give me a migraine. So Rest your mind. Let's rest your mind. There's an extra squeeze. Focus not on what ifs, but unity and healing. Focus on tasks at hand, and we will include Liazana.
You're right.
These are
Thank
all
you,
things
Carmen.
you've shared with me, Venus. I've observed you and everyone, and things I've learned from all of you. So thanks goes to you.
She'll put a hand on his cheek. I'm glad that you learned them.
I count myself very fortunate. Turns to head to the door, opens it back, looks back. There's a veritable garden, by the way, that Vic and Z have prepared for you in the galley. I hope you'll consider joining.
I'll go.
Close the door and walk away.
She'll take about 5 minutes to herself and then go to the galley.
So we'll rewind time like 5 minutes before that, back to where we were in the in the galley before Relis has arrived. Food served. Everyone can sit down. If anyone wants to start conversation, please go ahead. Otherwise, a crew member will speak up.
Yeah, Brayleth will just kind of slip in quietly and grab a plate and sit down amongst everyone.
Cassius will start off and say, oh, I almost got the safe finished for our various items. It's a lot of work up until this point. I'm about a quarter of the way through. I think the most difficult part is going to be figuring out the locking mechanism, but I'm making some progress right now. And we should probably figure out where we're going to go next. We're kind of just floating along right now. Does anyone have any suggestions on where we should head next? Where our next move should be?
Well,
Have we heard
Kip,
back from Vic's parents?
Oh, that's a good question.
Not quite yet. Still, I think they're just humble citizens. If they're, I'm sure the mayor will give them some information, but it might take a little time to get it. But I'll let you know as soon as I hear anything. Sorry.
Thank you, Vic.
Kip did suggest we put in somewhere to resupply, and two of the suggestions were Macaw or Gerberglick. Gerberglick.
Yeah, garble.
Garble Gluck.
Gluck.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Giant
roll off.
is hard. Yeah.
Doesn't roll off the tongue as easily. But she suggested we put in somewhere and plot our next course of action as soon as we've gotten restocked and at least just a little bit relaxed the crew, because the crew have been working quite hard. They need a break. We need a break.
I was thinking, not that we have to, but Macaw might be a good idea. Quiet, away from everything. We can make repairs. Your Breelith's patron is there.
Yeah.
Who may have made some progress. We can maybe start looking at the Book of Enoch with him, if we want. Like no pressure. And if we hear anything, we can zoom out of there real fast.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Is Kip sitting with us?
Kip is there. Yep. They'll come around like buffet style, getting some things off some of the buffet tables and wanting to see it. Ooh, see ya. And Vic, thank you so much. You've really outdone yourselves. This is fantastic.
Here.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
all Vic. Like, he's really amazing. I just get in the way in the kitchen.
This is quite the spread. I'm so hungry. But yeah, I think macaw is definitely a good move. So we can figure out a couple things like information wise. And also like I need to this macaw, there's a town there, right?
Sorry, what there?
Is there like a town, like a thoroughfare in Macaw?
Macaw? No, that's that secrety island with the mountain and the building at the top. And the ogre in
Gotcha.
the forest realm. Sorry. Mhm.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I just have to make sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe we stay there for like a few days and just reset.
Yeah.
This has been an eventful few days, so
To not getting eaten by a Drakkus.
here.
Nice.
I'm sure Sinister at this point is just like going through bottle after bottle after bottle after bottle.
Amazing. So sorry. There we go. Trying to do something in the background and like everyone's character art banners were disappearing and I was
No, fun.
Ooh,
yeah, I figured out
Nice
what it was. Thank
times.
goodness. Yeah. Sorry, back in a moment. So Kip, yeah, would jump up. Oh, yeah, we can certainly do that. I mean, it's 15 minutes from anywhere. We just, pull the lever and it pulls, and we get there. Plenty there to restock with. We could really go anywhere from there. After that. Oh, let's see. Oh, thank you so much for the raid, Arvin Elleron. Yay, hi. Right, from there we primed and set to go to any island that we need to. I might reach out to Ali just to get start pinging location of Glarbleglick so we know where that is if we want to go after. Repairs, it's the best place for repairs too. Aye.
Yeah.
Just see when and I'll set course. I mean it's 15 minutes, so once we're ready.
Yeah, I mean, it might not be nice to even pull in tonight since, everybody has rooms there and we can kind of check in with everybody.
Yeah.
Get a good night's sleep. The nightmare beasts will eat your nightmares, Rila. So, you'll definitely get a good night's sleep at the very least.
Oh, okay.
I know that sounded scary. It wasn't supposed to sound scary. I'm sorry.
It just sounds scary.
No, but he's nice.
Wait.
He's nice.
Don't we
Oh,
have a
gosh.
beach room
Yes.
There is.
or a beach room? It's like we could have a beach day when we go back to Macaw just to relax and get away from it all.
Oh,
Are you suggesting a beach party?
Of course.
it's an anime.
This
It's time for the beach episode.
We're going to the beach in the sky.
I'll bring the
in our house.
watermelon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Grundy was just talking about that. I think with the oceans and the beach, right, Grundy, in your home, wherever you come from, your realm.
Randy, have you been to Macaw?
I'm new here.
Well, that's
Very
fun.
new.
So you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, I would catch you up, but I don't think I can catch you up. You just got to experience it for yourself.
That experience. Always something.
I can't wait. As long as nothing over there actively tries to eat me, I'm good.
As far as we know, that should not be happening.
There's like 80% chance that you won't get eaten. At least 80.
Yeah,
A lot
that
better
feels
than
right.
everywhere else. Yeah.
I like those. I like those
No,
odds.
no Dracoliches.
Okay.
Hopefully.
I like those odds. So far, everything that I've encountered so far on this little adventure has been trying to kill, eat, maim, or control my mind. And
Oh,
it'd be nice to relax and get to know the rest of the crew.
Cassius, I don't recall. I feel like the nightmare monster might have occurred while Cassius was away.
Mhm.
So when you hear them talk about a nightmare, I mean, of course it's Zia and Breelith, right? And they're always talking about their book of stories. So maybe you might not think anything of it.
That's immediately where my mind went. I was just like, oh no, the horrible children's stories. They're talking about them again.
I think they're great. Personally. See, Breelith has a whole book of them now.
Breelith reads those for comfort.
Oh
no. No wonder she kept succeeding on the saving throw. Yeah.
She's like, this doesn't scare me at all.
Nice.
It's normal.
Oh my god.
This is just white noise.
Yeah, it's just
Oh my
white
gosh.
noise.
Yeah.
I think Vic might take this opportunity, and so just outside of the role play, I didn't want to. No one really wanted the captainship per se, and so I kind of like moved it over to Vic. But Vic is going to propose captainship to Cassius. Doesn't mean you have to take it, Cassius, or anything. But since you were first mate before, I think you might, I want to have Vic propose it because I feel like you might actually, as a player, want that. I'd prefer one of you have it, but I would never push it on any of you. So if you don't want it, you can just be like,
Cash is gonna be taken aback a little bit. Not like in a bad way. Just like, oh. And then he'll kind of like look to the rest of the crew and says, like, is that what everyone would want? Or I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
you'd be a very good captain, Cassius.
Okay. And he will get up and say, I graciously accept the captain position. I don't know if there's a ceremony or anything, but I will graciously take it. Thank you, crew. I will do my best not to let you down. And then he's going to give like a little crappy like finger guns thing to everyone and say,
oh.
Vic's going to stand up and start a slow clap. Like, here's the Captain Galing. Hey.
Yes, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. But first order as captain, let's go to Macaw and take some time off because we all need it. We need some rest, we need some relaxation, but also, we just like Grundy said, a lot of things have been trying to kill us, mind control us, etc. It's time for some rest, it's time for some relaxation, and it's time for us to regroup. So then when we make our next move, we're in better spirits, hopefully better mentally. So I think that's a good idea.
More clapping. Yeah, Macaw. Yeah, some rest. Nice.
Woo! Speech.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. I'm going to have everyone sort of shift over to, rest and go into Macaw, unless anyone has anything they'd like to roleplay, of course.
I have one thing that I would like to mention very briefly to Breelith. If there's any point, during this pseudo celebration. Hey, Breelith.
Yeah. Hey.
I know things have been going really not great. And you're amazingly strong to even be here right now. And I really I'm really glad that you came to dinner. I wasn't sure if you were going to come, but I'm glad you did. And I had been doing some thinking, and Vic and I spent a lot of time trying to brainstorm different ways to help. And we started thinking about that. Do you remember that magic box that Sinister got?
Magic box. What does it do?
Yeah, it was one of those things where if you slept on it with the same thought every night for, I think it was a month, that if it was small enough to fit in the box, it would appear.
Okay.
And I mean, not to bring up another traumatic moment, but like when you died, we had like the gym to help.
Mm.
I think it was a diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think that would fit in the box. Or maybe if we discover that there's some other kind of potion or other way to help Liazana, that might be a way to help generate an item that would help.
Sure. Yeah. Sorry, let me just check. I have a diamond.
Oh,
Um,
where did you get that?
I kind of bought it before I kind of I started thinking about things and kind of changed a few things. With, like how I live my life and, what it's been a lot, but I bought it before then. So I've just kind of held on to it just in case we needed it.
Wait, okay, so you bought it before we got to McHomestead?
Yes.
Okay. 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 Because I was thinking like, oh, you bought it after we left Liazana, like
No,
preemptively, which would have been weird. Okay. Perfect.
no, I
Okay.
bought it before.
Great.
Mhm.
Good.
But whatever I can do, if you, I don't know until we probably hear from Vic's parents. So I spent most of today in my room. I mean, maybe you knew. And
Just a hunch.
I spent all that time trying to reach out to her. It was the same thing over and over again, but there was one thing that was different towards the end, not too long before dinner. That there was kind of a break in the repeating, kind of like how her voice used to break when she was getting emotional. I don't think it was part of my imagination, even though I thought that for a bit, but I think it actually happened.
Zia would like go to put her hand on Britta's side and then kind of pull back because maybe that's not appropriate in this moment. And just be like, you and Liazana have something really special, and I know that she knew it was you on the other end. She must have been reacting in some way to you or your voice or just your mental connection. It's gonna be okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything I can do to help. In
I
the
mean, we have a
meantime,
way to resurrect her. Worst case scenario.
If you think that we need to do this for another diamond, I mean, it might just in case. I will say that I don't have the ability to resurrect anymore. But I'm sure that we can always find people to do so. Or
Yeah.
maybe someone
Just as
else
long as
does.
the other person we were going to an Atmos survived. Which they're
Yeah.
probably fine. I mean, they weren't in the religious ward, so I
Yeah.
think they must be okay.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, if it turns out to be another thing, at least we can, sleep on it and get it in a month, I guess, if we need to.
Yeah. Yeah, we can sleep on it. Although sometimes, usually that means something different than what we're actually going to be doing. But, we're actually going to be sleeping on it, right?
Yeah,
I
like
have to
physically
sleep.
sleeping on the box.
Usually it means, right, that
We would be
you
thinking.
sleep on it, you think about it.
Yeah. Which is you don't even think when you're asleep because you're asleep.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to control what you think about when you're actually asleep, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like brain stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
One time I had a dream that my entire family was being dropped into the giant jaws of a skull, which probably has something to do with what we just went through. And it was just the other night. But
Oh, yeah. That was the night we all had those like crazy nightmares.
yeah.
Yeah, that was
Well,
intense.
no, it was a different one.
Oh,
It was a different night.
okay. But like a long time ago?
No, that was last night.
Oh, that was last night.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know I
that's.
said one time like it was a while ago, but it was actually just
Can you
last
describe
night.
that again?
Oh, it was like a big skull opening its mouth and my family was being dropped. It was in the distance. I was trying to run to it. And I think it's just my subconscious telling me that I miss my family.
You should reach out to them. See how they're doing.
Sending? Oh,
I
I
mean,
do.
we could do the old-fashioned way. We could send a letter. I don't know how you get letters between islands, but I'm sure there's a way that
Oh,
happens.
It would take months. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Sia, thank you. I think I will reach out to them and just
Yeah.
make sure they're okay.
I mean,
what
I
they're
don't know
doing.
anything about family relationships, but I hear that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. I'm sure that they would appreciate it. Yeah. So do you want me to take this box with me or do you have it?
Oh, well, Sinister currently has it.
Okay, I'll go and get it from Sinister then.
It might just be worth it, but like no rush.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Will
you
do.
for talking. I'm sorry I couldn't think of anything more concrete.
Thank you for talking to me.
Of course, always. And my door is always open. And then she'll put her hands out. Friends.
Oh. And she'll just kind of look at the hand and look at Zia, probably to the point where Zia would be like, but then Brilith would just pull her into a hug.
Of
Thank you, Zia.
course.
Oh.
We'll sleep on it.
We'll sleep on it.
Remember that story about, and then we'll just go into like.
Oh yeah.
Oh, awesome.
So then after she gets done talking to Zia, Brilith will go and see if Sinister will give them the box.
We'll have to figure that one out. Off screen, yeah. Nice. Kudos, Claire, for remembering that. I've been waiting, on that box. 'Cause you gotta.
I was
It's a
like,
wish
this
box.
might be the first time that it'd be super useful. Maybe. But I mean, Freeless ahead of it. She already got a diamond.
Nice. Beautiful. All right. Let's see then. Okay, so everyone is able. Well, you're packing up and finishing up for the night. I'm trying. Let me do a roll to see if experience. They wouldn't have gotten any info earlier. Let's say, okay. All right.
I have something else to do before I go to bed, Dan.
Please go ahead.
Brilith in her room would Actually, no, she might do this on the bow of the ship. Not on the bow of the ship, like out on the top deck of the ship. Not
Mhm.
like standing on the bow like Titanic. Would use sending to send a message to her mother.
Okay. What do you say?
Are you wanting to role play that
Go
out, or do
for
you
it.
want
Are
me
you kidding
to?
me?
Okay,
Sure. Yeah.
okay.
I'll think about what your mom sounds like while you
sure.
do it. Yeah.
Sure. um, hey mom, um, it's been a while. How are you? It's been. I'm sad and worried, but okay. Wanted to check in. Love you. And that's it.
Okay. If you can hear like background noise. Sending. You just automatically you start hearing a reply and you just envision that. And
Sure.
the
Yeah.
rowdiness.
Yeah.
Remus! Hi. You're well? Did you message? We've been worried sick. Used to message every day. Okay. You're well. Everyone's okay. Still alive. Full bellies. Big smiles. Same for you. Miss you. Love you.
And she will, with a smile, and we'll go to bed.
All right, you head to bed. As everyone's sort of leaving, I'll say, we'll just say maybe Zia, of course, will probably be behind a little bit with Vic, sort of, breaking down the kitchen maybe. Cassius, people are just going to keep you there because you're the new captain, and everyone you're getting like those congratulatory things as people come in. As they kind of clear out, Vic seems to get and he feels the buzzing in his the pouch at his side, takes out a sending stone. Mm, needs to be balanced, Zia. And then wait, woo, says to you, Zia, let's get cautious. We'll call him over here to discuss privately first.
Okay.
Captain.
All right.
Yeah,
Yes.
Can I have you just for a minute, please, in the kitchen?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What do you need?
Okay, well, I just heard back from my parents. They spent the day going through the red tape with the mayor, getting to the mayor. Who knows? Of course, we helped them. They're going to help us. It appears that Liazana, the book, and Sarek have gone absent without any leave. They're just around the time. It seems to time up just a wee bit around our adventure in the testing mode last night. So it's only been a day. They don't even have any clues yet, but there's an investigation. They're not sure if they just left the island, went to the surface, or if they went down where the rest of us were, down the elephant had been. I think apparently are all on lovely terms with Sarek, so I think Sarek left to pursue the book more than in cahoots with Liazana. I did see that she was pushing her limits a bit with how you can only read it, of course, for a wee bit of time. And but Sarek has a way of sort of helping her balance that out. So I guess the good news is, while it seems not great right now, perhaps Sarek can help take that edge off.
Okay.
Well, as soon as I know where they went, whether surface or down below or whatever they can get, there's only one port off the island, the Devil's Ledge. So as soon as I know, they'll report back.
Okay.
Um,
I think I'm gonna let Brie live now. I know like she's having a rough time right now, but I think like she should know what's going on with Liazana and how long they've been gone. So
Cassius,
yeah, what's going on, Zia?
you can totally overrule me with this as captain.
Mhm.
But can we tell Breelith in the morning?
Yeah.
Well, once we arrive at Macaw and like we're in a place and things are at least more steady, you know, and her patron will be there, and so like
Okay. I just don't want to keep it from Brila for too long.
no, of course not. She just needs one good night's sleep.
Okay.
And I think this is just gonna worry her more.
Okay. That I do understand, and I don't want to like if she's finally able to get some type of rest, like that's better. One night's better than no nights. So I'm all for telling her.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I really hope that
Oh,
this
it's not a problem at all. Thank you for telling me that. So I didn't ruin her night of sleep without knowing. So
but I mean it's good news to know that, you know, Vic, your parents are okay, everybody in the town is okay.
Hey.
yeah.
You know.
So at least nothing catastrophic happened
Yeah.
in that moment. Cause like if it did, we may have had to skip Macaw and go straight there and see if we can do anything.
Right.
Yeah. One of the things that I'm potentially thinking is that I let loose Liazana's location to Drakkus. And two possibilities are that Drakkus got there and moved them to a different location, or they figured out that Drakkus was going to follow them and they moved themselves to another location to make sure they were safe.
Those are both really good possibilities. The
But
thing
I
that I'm
mean,
glad about that is just nothing catastrophic happened. I think that's like a huge weight off of everybody's mind, hopefully. So
no islands getting knocked out of the sky.
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
Oof. I was about to say, hopefully good. Thank God that wasn't another crisis.
Oh.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I will tell her in the morning.
Sounds good.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, Vic and I will finish cleaning up here. Actually, Vic, I'll finish cleaning up. You know, you've had a really hard and long day as well.
Oh, that's
So.
sweet, but look at you. Yeah, you fought back halfway to death, and you
Please.
just.
It's fine.
I appreciate it, but there's nowhere else I'd rather be.
Oh,
And
yes. Well, I'll leave you to it.
they'll continue to kind of fight, but play fight.
Go
over
red.
it.
Yeah. No, you.
As Cassius slips away, but eventually they'll just go to bed. So.
Okay. So, everyone's able to have another good night's rest. So go ahead. You know, if you haven't already done a long rest,
My-
D&D Beyond, go ahead. One more point of exhaustion recovered, which I think it does automatically, but just in case. Okay.
Right.
So morning rolls around. I think you wanted Kip to engage McCall in the morning, like first thing in the morning, was it? Okay.
Yeah, first thing in the morning, just so we can get like an early start, get everybody settled in pretty early, and then we have the rest of the day.
Okay. Kip will probably sound a bell and just give like an all hands report to the little horn system there, you know, in certain rooms that you can talk into, and it echoes the sound. All hands prepare. We're gonna set engage for Macaw. About 15-minute estimated travel. Hang on for some. Once we're ready to descend, give a fresh report. Here we go. and you feel the ship sort of shifting gears effectively. And again, with the magic of the ship here, it sort of draws space around the ship to bring Macaw to you. Takes about 15 minutes to do so. And you've arrived. Kip reports that the descent is taking place. It's 3/4 of a revolution around. And for anyone that wants to, you know what? Anyone that wants to be on deck for the waterfall can. Kip is gonna see like Grundy, I imagine's on the upper deck. Oh, so hang on to something there, Grundy. Uh, this part's a bit fun, a bit wet. Those seem to go hand in hand
Oh.
often. So here we go. Hang on to something, you'll get washed overboard.
Mhm.
And yeah, as you navigate down, there's it's a gorgeous island. It's only like maybe a half a mile from one edge to the other. The whole outer perimeter is all forest, and then in the very center is a sharp incline mountain, and at the top of that, a palatial like mansion that has numerous levels. And as you navigate around, a waterfall cascades off that mountaintop down to a river, cuts through the forest and falls off the edge of the island. And Kip brings the ship down on a direct course for that waterfall near the river below, and you press through the freezing cold water. You hear it, it's rushing as you get close, and then the pelts of heavy raindrops on water drops on the deck of the ship, and the water starts cascading over the floorboards, over your feet before you're hanging on to whatever you're hanging on to. And it's a very, oh man, that'll wake you up. It's like an energizing rush of cold water pours down as the ship cuts through and opens up into a large cave. The bright sunlight outside cut by the rain, by the waterfall, and other areas where the sunlight pinks in and navigates around. There's water in here as well that is pulled up and docks for the ship to spin around, slowly touching down into the waters.
Ooh.
And it perfectly navigating it into the dock. Vic begins sending out the ropes, tying everything off, gangplank down. You've arrived at Macaw. There's the dock leads up to just a small section of like smooth stone. And a further depression in the cave where you see a set of doors that seems to, they're elevator doors. And to the right, a stairwell up that seems to go back up and outside. Yeah, here you are. I'll let you all take it. Let me know where you all want to go on the island itself.
Um, Real would probably just kind of stay with the group.
I think Vic, Cassius, and Zia would probably at some point kind of approach Breelith. But let Vic kind of lead the conversation since he had heard from his parents directly.
Okay.
Grundy would probably walk over to where everybody is because, but you'll just hear because he's like
Nice.
soaked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the boots. Amazing. Yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah, it's your first time, isn't it, Grundy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, it's the
that
first time.
was a rush.
I'll just
I
wait until
wanted-
you see the inside.
Yeah, I kind of want to do that again, but next time.
I love it. Okay. Where's my whatever, I'll have to find that later. That's a bummer. I was gonna pull up the island. There it is. Why are there two? Oh,
Why
oh
indeed?
my goodness. I forgot about that. That's so cool. Okay, anyway. I love it when I forget like fun story elements I planned for. um 10. Okay. I'm really just trying to fix an image here for a battle layout so people can get a take on this island, but OBS is just being a little bit
Are we about to go into
stingy.
battle? Is that what you're saying?
No, I promise. Yeah. That's gonna take forever. So let's get to the conversation and I'll I'll sort back to that in a bit. Yeah, so Vic will come over and with Zia, and it sounds like Grundy's also approaching, seeing them. Okay.
Mhm.
Um,
We'll just say like main crew is here.
okay. It's the upper deck. Vic's finished, like, getting the ship set to disembark. Well, I'd see we're ready. Breathe. Are you looking a wee bit better this morning?
Thank you.
Hmm. So I do have an update with some ups and downs. So just to prepare
Okay.
you,
Okay.
my parents, they got back to me. Took the day to get through the red tape, speak with the mayor, and sort of recaps the whole thing where, you know, everything that happened reinforces that Cyric was there, likely because of the book, but also was a balance for Liazana, helping keep her balanced. So that there's kind of hope that if Cyric is still with them, he might be able to help keep that balance or return her at least for a period to like a little slightly more, a state conducive to talking. And
Okay.
that's that. So, there's some hope there, and Zia brought up some good ideas that could be a few different things. But as soon as I know where they went, I'll let you know. I'll share that, of course.
Thank you, Vic.
Hey, hey, cool.
That's a little encouraging that
Dude,
Cyric's with her. Hopefully.
I
Thank you.
of course.
I mean, if anything, it's
Mhm.
kind of potentially good news. If Drakkus knew because of me where Liazana was, that could potentially be bad. So if she moved, it was probably in some capacity for her own safety.
Yeah, it just kind of means that if something does happen, we probably won't know.
Well, the one thing we would know is when we couldn't reach her at all on the Mind Lake.
Yeah.
And we still have that. And I'm not really good with technology or magic, but
Do you think
they're go-
Cyric can receive a message through magic?
I think it's about it.
I mean, maybe.
Potentially.
I can
But
I can try just to see what, see if he's with them with her. Maybe just, ask what's happening.
Yeah.
is that something that you would know how to do really?
Yes, I can
Okay.
do it now. Just give me a couple of seconds. So Dan Breelith
Well-
would use up her magic to do a sending spell.
Mhm.
Just mark that off. And reach out to Cyric.
Okay.
Cyric, it's Breelith. Heard you left with Liazana and Book. Are Y'all okay? What's the plan? How is she? Thank you. And that's it.
Okay. You don't hear anything back for this foreseeable time, but
Okay.
you sense the magic, did its thing as intended.
So it seemed like it went through, but yeah, didn't receive an immediate reply back. So if he doesn't reply back by tomorrow, I'll try again.
Sounds like a plan. He could just be busy.
Yeah, yeah. Or just in a place maybe where he can't respond. Given what we kind of experienced yesterday. So maybe he has his hands full.
You might be helping Liazana right now and not be able to respond.
Hopefully. But I'll let you know if he does.
Sounds good. In the
I hope it
meantime,
gets some.
we should probably head inside and give Grundy a little tour.
A
Maybe
tour.
Find
Yes.
him a room.
Give him a
And
grand
we
old
can
tour.
get an update from your patron. Really?
Oh yeah. Grundy, this is where Zia was born.
Oh.
Yeah, well, not in this part, probably.
Oh, okay. I wasn't going to take it literally, but
We'll go to the elevator.
No, not
you were
yeah.
born in the elevator?
Not here in the foyer.
I don't know actually. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
Just see the slightest crack of a smile on Grundy's face.
I
Nice.
delivered a baby once in a swamp, or helped.
I don't
Oh.
even know how Asimar are really boring, even as one.
Maybe the old fashioned way?
I think
They're humanoid.
physiologically that would work.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just like a golden baby. Like a shiny baby.
Maybe
Nice.
maybe you're originally an egg.
Oh, it's like a bath bomb. You drop the egg in the water and the baby's
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah.
Nice.
That sounds reasonable, Vic.
Hey, yes, it's a bath bomb. There's a library upstairs. It might let you know.
Slowly evolves.
Ding. This is
And
like the
so
elevator.
we're just
talk.
having this conversation while we're in the elevator. Yeah.
Are
It's
you
like
going?
Orbeez, just add water.
Nice. Let's see. Beautiful macaw. I'm going to pull up my doc for this. There are numerous floors here throughout this island, through this building, including the subterranean ones that lead all the way down here to the port below. All right, there are 7 floors below ground and 10 floors above ground. Do you? Oh man, the room is crying. Oh, I can't wait for Grundy to see that nightmare. Anyway,
Oh, yes.
do you want to go to the ground floor? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll probably run
Um,
into people there. It's like breakfast time.
Bing, gates unlatch and open up on their own, and you're able to step out of the elevator into the ground floor. Grundy, you see before you the massive open layout here. At least 50 feet wide before you get to the rooms on either side. This is just like the hall space that has a bunch well, we'll get into what's in there. And it runs probably maybe 200 feet, 180 feet to the back that has a wall that is an exterior wall. Huge, 30-foot, 35-foot tall windows that are broken up with little frames, square frames. Everything highly detailed, very ornate. Black marble floors, dual spiraling staircases up to the next floor against that rear wall. There's in the center between the stairs and where you are, a large ring, sort of like a donut-shaped ring, more like a saucer that has the middle cut out, and it sort of hovers over the floor. Seems to be filled with sand from where you can see, because it's still like 80 feet away. There's a large fireplace off to the right, not burning currently. Sitting chairs and tables, bright bronze wall sconces, large tapestries hang and adorn the walls. Yeah, and again, those tall, wide windows in the back that just flood this area with the morning sun.
My jaw is just literally dropped, so one of the party members can kind of just like put it back up.
Nice.
So, like, Grundy has never seen anything this ornate before. Lived pretty simply in the poorer section of where he was at. So it's like, this looks like a library. It's very fancy.
What do you think?
It's amazing.
The wealth of knowledge in here is just incredible. It's one of my favorite places.
Oh, and eventually you'll get your own room, Grande. So
Oh,
you need to hold in your mind what you want it to look like, and it'll transform into that for you. So just start thinking.
Yeah. Good
just
pressure.
like the room on the ship.
Yeah.
Huh.
Have you come
I like
across
this.
anybody, Dan?
Not yet. I just want to clarify. I don't think that the ship does that. I think you've all sort of like.
No, the
bought your
captain's
stuff.
quarters.
Oh, the captain's quarters, as you were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
I want to secondly add, just to complete the visual, I forgot to add the ceilings are around 75, 80 feet tall. So it's just hugely open. And then there's rooms on either side. There's like a stage for performance on the right side. A little bit before that is the dining area and the kitchen before that. And yeah, you hear a couple like light clacks of shoes, footfalls from that dining area. And peeking around the side is Diana, Miss Splitter. Like, oh, is that? Oh, you're back. Oh, Doran, they're here. They're back. They're back. Wait. Okay. I feel like this is a different arrangement. Doran. Uh, he's eating and his mouth is full and he just woke up and he's sleepy, but he's here. And she's hustling over to you all. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome back. Glad to see you. Ooh, we've got some interesting discoveries, but I want to hear all about you all. This is a different arrangement of people. Everyone okay?
Yes.
Oh,
For the most part, there have been a couple kind of traumatic events.
We have Grundy now.
Yeah, and we also have Grundy now. That's not traumatic.
Hello.
So you're looking at Diana Miss Splitter. She is a half orc as well. Maybe early to mid 20s at a glance. Let's see. She's a little on the shorter side for half orc, 6'5". Let's see.
Yes.
Hello, and holds a handshake out for you, Grundy. A pleasure.
I take the hand, and pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Grundy Silverstreak.
Sorry, Diana, Miss Splitter. Yes, I archaeologist. A little bit in training still, but it's sort of like doctorate level training at this point. So,
She's great.
oh,
Archaeologist
thanks.
like Brilith.
Well, yes.
Well, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure. I'm gonna, uh, Well, let's sit down and chat or run around and chat, whatever you want. You're here. You look a little worn, a little weary from the road or the air. Yeah.
Yeah. Love to hear about what you said, discoveries.
Yes. Oh my God. I cannot wait to get back to Atmos because the revelations we're going to bring when we get through all this is just going to rock Atmos Isles. We're going to bring that place down. Uh, so,
Uh,
hmm,
yeah, about that.
So,
Well,
maybe
wait,
maybe we should tell we'll
Hmm?
we were
we have
taking Grundy on
we
a
have
tour.
we're taking Grundy on a tour, and then we can sit down with
Oh.
you and my patron and chat about what we've been up to and hear about your discoveries.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that sounds great. Um, okay. Well, go ahead, do your tour. We'll be
Thank
eating.
you.
We'll be eating. Yeah.
Okay.
Should we get anything
Well
for you? Or
deserved, I'm sure.
did you already
Um,
eat?
Yeah.
We'll just get some food, some snack
Yeah,
trays.
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead,
Okay.
do your tour.
Okay.
No
Sure.
worries. Yeah. Thank you.
Hmm.
Let's find Grundy a room.
I guess I probably should have messaged them about what was happening on Atmos. That was
I mean, the
probably an
academic
oversight on my part.
board is still intact
Okay.
for what I saw.
Yeah.
Um,
Still kind of traumatizing when you find out that a lot of your city is kind of destroyed
yeah, so let's
and possibly maybe still under a pirate invasion.
I think UAF had started to arrive.
UAF. Well, I don't really trust them either now. So
I mean, they're not pirates,
that's true.
or maybe
True.
they are. I mean, I have
Well,
no idea at this point.
It's a different
Um,
type of corrupt. Cassius will chime in.
So
Hmm.
Thea,
Yeah,
did you not I'm not I can't remember what information we shared with you when you weren't around. And so you remember the cap did I tell you about the you remember the guy that trained us at the
yeah,
UAF camp?
yeah,
Uh the one that gave me the book that I told you
yeah.
about. He was with them.
With the
Oh.
pirates?
Yeah.
With the not the normal pirates, the pirates who had split off.
Yeah. So I have a feeling that
They were
You know.
actually UAF.
I mean I wouldn't see how they could run a UAF school if they weren't actually UAF.
You know,
So
it
it
kind of makes
seems
perfect sense considering what they were researching where we were training.
yes. Yeah. In hindsight, yes it does. So when going with the UAF, it might be better to just assume that, you know, I
Yeah.
mean, not saying the UAF is trustworthy, but or any more trustworthy than these rogue pirates are, but
I'm just gonna let that marinate.
okay, all right.
And we're gonna
That's
find Grundy a
that's-
room.
that's
We're gonna
understandable.
Show him the beach.
Cassius is gonna
Okay.
shrug his shoulders and say it's about the same.
And we're gonna go eat breakfast and tell our friends about the destruction of their home.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll take it well.
Yeah.
I'm going to quickly add, Cassius, you know from your brothers, well, from, my gosh, starts with an L, Lucian.
It's Lucian is with UAF, and then Vincent is a pirate.
Yes, okay, thank you. So Lucian would be, he told you, you have a little more insight, which you might have already shared, I just can't recall, that the UAF members that did that, they said that they had ties they've kind of started weeding out who it was,
Mhm.
and that they have ties recently with the Order Vector, and that it was a little
I did
something.
talk to the
He
crew
did
about
share.
that.
Okay,
He did
good,
share
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because yeah, Cassius doesn't keep secrets. Like, especially not from his crew. He's like, you guys need to know what I know. So if anything pops up, no one's blindsided by anything, no
Yeah.
one gets confused, no one gets lied to.
Yeah,
So yeah.
nice.
All right, I did not know
he's
that.
an open book. Yeah.
So thanks for. I think I was
yes.
gone during that sesh.
Yes.
So thanks
yes,
for the
you
recap.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Yeah. They so they had ties with the Order of Spectres, that sect of UAF.
Right.
Right. So back in the elevator, everyone backs up. Like,
Yeah.
okay, just a minute, Diana. Bing, back in the elevator up to the 4th floor. The hallways aren't as wide or tall here. They're maybe 35 feet, and they arch up. They're nice and wide, maybe like 12-foot wide hallways, until they get up about 20 feet, and then they start coming up to like a sharp, point at the top. And the architecture actually has like folding over, crossing like this instead of meeting in the middle, and it's just all very a lot of curves and flowing like that in the design here. All light speckled gold, almost very very light variant on the walls, and a lot of the trim um, cut with the dark black marble up here, and some really shiny, very highly glossy whites and other things that really help bounce the light around here. Every 30 feet or so, there's a room for 30 feet, and then there's a space to allow windows to exterior walls to, let the light shine in. You begin, you get to the top and you see all that. Of course, Grundy, everyone knows where their rooms are already. The doors all seem to have um, a seal almost on them, sort of gosh, I don't know how to describe that. It's something that stands off the door, looks almost like a soft clay. You can put your hands on it. Um, Not the rooms that have already been chosen, but the rooms that seem to have not been chosen, and a couple others don't have those. And everyone else knows you put your hands on it. That's what keys it.
Mm.
Grundy, you put your hands into the clay.
Do I picture what I want my room to look like first?
Yes, that too. Well, I
Okay.
mean, do it while you're like before, like you're preparing yourself, you think about it, what you need to think about, and then you put your hands
Focus.
in it. And you still need to think about it as you're putting your hands in. No pressure though. It'll be fine. If you once you do it, you can't undo it, I don't think.
Yeah. As far as we know.
And it'll take on the form of whatever you want it to be.
Or your intrusive thoughts. So don't let those
Yeah.
get to you.
Form of panther.
I think
You got this. You can do it.
Don't
Go
think
ahead.
about Dracoliches.
Anytime.
Oh,
Anytime.
no. Or your swamp
Okay,
room from the
so Grundy walks up to the plate and puts his hand on the clay.
Mhm.
Hands, yeah.
and sink
Just
in.
pictures everything that he wants in the room.
It seems to leave imprints as you take your hands off, and then that whole panel there falls into, clips through the door, and disappears. And you hear door unlocks. You go in and check it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doing it.
Hey, you open the door. What does it look like, Grundy?
Okay, so one wall windows to the outside.
Mhm.
All three walls have bookcases, a desk in the middle. In the corner, sort of almost like it's almost like a suspended hammock where you can like relax and read. And then littered like through like the upper parts of it, almost like a jungle gym, like where Grundy can like work out and stuff. But yeah, just that, and then in the middle, a bed big enough to accommodate him, and a little tiny stove in the middle where he can make his tea. And of course, one
Nice.
section of the bookcase is just nothing but different types of tea.
Oh, nice, beautiful.
Perfect.
Okay, it's sort of everything you envisioned and more. Like it just pulled all the details of your comforts and desires out of your mind, all the way down, all the way down to every detail. And you now have a room keyed in here at this estate. Yeah.
Well, what do you guys think?
It looks
I kind of like
great.
just motion everybody in.
Yeah, great job thinking about it.
This
Yeah,
is a truly wonderful room.
The that big thing is where we can all chill, because I literally made the hammock big. Like, if you picture the room as a square, you got the diagonal there. Entire diagonal half up top is just like bungee type suspended hammock where everybody can sit and relax.
Oh, a
Aw.
butt blanket. That's cute.
Nice.
Yep.
Mhm.
But, my room was quite similar to this, only half the size. So.
Oh, my room looks similar to how my house. I mean, I guess it's normal, but looks very
Well,
nice. Good job.
I figured I'd bring a little bit of home at least here.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm glad this reminds you of home and that you're able to make it like to your specifications. I guess that's like the best part about living here is,
Mm.
you know, if you're far away from home, you don't have to be too far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, yeah. My cabin on the ship doesn't quite accommodate for a hammock.
Yeah, it'd be a little difficult.
Yeah, unless I do it between the masts up on top, but then I'd be sleeping in the elements.
Yeah. Dexterity saves left and right.
That's safe to wake up in the morning and not fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So where would you like to go next? What would you like to do next? Is it downstairs for the dreaded combo?
Maybe we'll show the beach room very quickly and then
Sure.
head to update
Okay.
Dorn and Diana.
Nice. You head up a few more floors and let's see, beach floor. Is that at the top, I feel like. Oh, that's beautiful. That's here we go. Sixth floor, two more floors up, and it's just you enter very small, like circular space, and there's a door on either side. White and black mixed marble. Just up windows that kind of spiral around as they head up some 80 feet here. Either door you open opens up to a beach. You can step out and walk around this pillar of the room that you're effectively in, and it's all beach as though you're on an island, maybe 700 or 800 feet in width, and then this ocean to the horizon in every direction. So you get that the sights and sounds and smells of the ocean. And we're packing up to head downstairs, knowing this is up here. Back downstairs out to the main floor. Let's see. You catch a little bit. Does anyone have a passive perception higher than 15? 15 or higher?
I have a 15.
Okay.
I also have a 15 for passive.
Okay, not Grande. Zia?
Um,
I think it's all the
I'm
way
like
to the
totally
left.
blanking here. I know mine's 12.
Okay. All right. So Breatheth and Cassius, you two spot. I mean, you've experienced this donut-shaped disc of sand a number of times already. It's had different things that come up and form the battle
The
between heaven
hands
and
and
hell with humans in the middle,
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of. Yeah, the hand, the outstretched hand, much like the one you experienced. There are 3 little hands that look kind of like this that are folded up, similar to the Wanderer's play, but out like this. And scale wise, there's ground below it, some detail to ground below that makes these look the same size as the Wanderer's plate to scale. They're out like this and tip forward slightly, and their pinkies are out as though to hold books. There are 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3. Almost as though the house knows that you have on you books of. And with that, wrap tonight's session.
Nice.
Ooh,
Nice.
the suspense.
Yay!
Whoa.
Awesome. Players, thank you so much. It's so nice to be here hanging out with you all.
Yay!
Yeah, and thank
Yeah.
you, Dan.
Oh, geez.
Thank you, Dan.
Oh, gosh. My pleasure. My
So
absolute
nice
pleasure.
to be
Freaking
emotionally
go.
devastated. It's great.
Mm. Yay. We'll do that super cut for poor Breelith here soon. Early Breelith and current Breelith. For all the folks here in chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We've had a lovely time. You all are so fun. I was cracking up and trying to keep my focus. It's very silly in chat. I love it so much. So thank you. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the raid. We have I said it earlier, Dan. Come on. Arvin Eleron, thank you. Let me know if I'm saying that wrong. Yeah, and all the follow and the subs. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Bear. Just so excited to have you all here and hanging out. If you had fun, anyone that's new tonight, and you enjoyed your time, consider giving us a follow. We have a lot of D&D content throughout the week. I can bring up our schedule here. And we're gonna have a little more. We have a Friday campaign coming up. Most of it's in the 11 p.m. Sorry, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern time. Most of it. Our Tuesday night campaign is new. We just did episode 5. That's 9 to midnight.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, so we love having you with us. We're actually gonna go raid our friend Nimbly. She's in the Tuesday night campain and she's streaming some fun stuff. So we'll go give her a raid and give a call Mad Bird raid and chat if you're up for it. And we'll catch you all soon. Hopefully we'll at least catch you next Saturday. Find out what's going on. Awesome. Take care, everyone. Have a lovely night. Bye.
Yes. Bye, everyone.
Bye.